I'm having a little too much fun here this Wednesday evening. How are you guys doing? I have missed you. I have so much to share. Maybe that's why. But I thank you for tuning in this evening to get to know Bob. I'm your host, Sonia Weaver, and welcome. Ah, I am really in a good mood today. I don't feel sluggish like I was yesterday. I'm telling you, yesterday felt like it was 48-hour day. It just was extremely long. I was exhausted, but today's a new day and I'm actually feeling great. And I'm thanking you guys for tuning in and being a part of tonight's show. I am super duper excited for tonight's show. Y'all be like, you say that all the time. Seriously, I'm super duper excited because I just can't wait for where the conversation might go and really to gain knowledge of some things I didn't know because I had to do a little research to kind of get ready for the show. So I didn't just seem like I didn't know anything, but I know there's a lot more that I don't know, and especially the why. I can't wait for tonight's why. So let's get right into it with tonight's look. So, I'm rocking my pinks. Pretty in pink. I just feel, National Women's Month kicked off, and for some reason, I felt pink. And so I decided to rock some of the Glam Doctors pinks. I have on my Traveling Pearls in pink. I have a little splash of pink from Divine Diva Designs. Am I losing it? Let me slow down. From Divine Diva Designs. And I have on a little bit of Linked, just my hair, my sisters and me. And then I went back to one of my hair products that I've had from Everbutter. So you guys remember that name, right? I found some in the back of that product graveyard. If you have natural hair, you have like sometimes a lot of products that didn't work and you thinking maybe I'll try it again. So yeah, it's time for me to purge the product graveyard again because I was on the search after Everbutter, moved to California and decided to close production. And then I stumbled across my sisters and me and my hair started thriving again. So yeah, found a little bit of that Everbutter for the ends because it's still kind of cold. Therefore, my ends get dry. And I'm really, excited about all that I have on tonight. I want to give a shout out to everyone that collaborated this past weekend. I think I'm still on cloud nine from that, actually. It was an amazing birthday networking event, and it was only amazing because some amazing people showed up and showed out. I am going to just not even try to like name names because I know I'm going to forget somebody, but I want to thank everybody that came out and was a part of the birthday networking event for my 50th. It was everything I wanted it to be. And the stories about how you guys are collaborating with future events coming up and supporting one another is like the best birthday gift ever. So keep them coming. Keep letting me know who you collaborated with as a result of that event. But I am just excited about what's coming, even in the last few days of ideas that have come to me and more to come. So, guys, just keep a lookout for Unity in Action. That is the tagline that came from my event. That's what we're going to focus on this year is Unity in Action. So make sure you're looking out for more. Moving right along, where are we at right now? I didn't flip the screen. Okay, that's why I'm like off track. I didn't flip the screen. Okay, so we're at the Support 7 Bob Pledge. Now, it's really easy to do. Now, if you have an upcoming event, I'm going to show you how I did mine. And you can like start counting, but I know I supported more than 7 Bobs just for this one event. So thank yous going out to people who I collaborated with. There was Cuts Lounge, Splash by Ash, DJ Mr. Millennium, AG Industries, C's Concessions, Peggy's Pound for Pound. We had vendors with Linked and Drink to Shrink. We had raffle giveaways with Bright Tech Communications, Tranquility, Christian Counseling, True to You. Did I miss any? It seemed like we had one more raffle, but I think they were all mentioned before because Linked gave a raffle away. Peggy's Pound for Pound gave a raffle away. So then special thanks to event planner Mona Lisa's Lyrics, and the hostess with the mostest was Kim Glenn from Good Measure Inc. It was phenomenal. And so if you have an upcoming event, I know you definitely can support Seven Bobs. So if you haven't done the pledge, make sure you take the pledge. You can also begin by doing your Fridays, where every Friday is Black Friday and every Friday is an opportunity to support Bob. But make sure you get very intentional about where your dollars are going, because our goal is to increase the circulation of the Black dollars within Black communities to ultimately promote restoration for our communities. Next, we're going to get into the deal of the day. So the deal of the day from Deals with Bob, are you surprised? I told you it wasn't going away. It's client relations training. Client relations training is so important as you are starting a business and or looking to sustain and scale. Client relations training is going to make that huge impact, and it's what's going to really set you apart from the competition. You're going to really be able to create unique ways that show how you are part of your brand and not go beyond just the service and the product you provide. So what do you mean by that, Sonia? What I'm saying is that say you're in an industry where you are a life coach. So yes, we know we have people out there that are several life coaches, right? But how you present yourself and your rapport with someone will show how you are uniquely set apart from the competition. And even if they're displaying the same amazing client relations, you're not two alike. You're separate, you're different, you're unique fingerprints, right? So with that being said, how you present yourself is going to be unique, and therefore you're going to maintain the clients meant for you, because remember, there's no competition here, just collaboration. That's what we talk about, collaboration. So that deals of the day for Deals with Bob is client relations training. Make sure you connect with them today. Okay, getting right on to our featured business of the evening. Now, this video is going to look a little bit different than the ones we have previously shared with you guys. But what I'm excited about is because this video showcases our social media marketing. Yes, Deals with Bob also offers social media marketing. And one of the aspects is to empower you. We do training, then work one-on-one with you to basically show you some really great software out there so that you can create content that you will be posting then onto your social media platforms. And, you know, people are starting in business. We love working with grassroots. So you don't always have a budget to do those type of projects from the start. So equipping yourself with the information and knowledge allows you to then make your own so that you can still have that brand and presence that you're looking for on social media. So get ready. We're going to see what we've done as we feature Bright Tech Communications.
Bright Tech security cameras and surveillance systems allow you to watch your property as you travel from the icy cold snow to the warm tropical heat. You can view all around your property while relaxing on any beach in the world. You'll also have the comfort of knowing that you'll receive human detection alerts while away from home. And that's the power of Bright Tech Communications.
I absolutely love that video. What I love most is how it showed you can go from cold Michigan onto a tropical beach, because that's exactly what I did for my birthday. So I would definitely recommend. I was able to, watch my property as well while I was in Puerto Rico. And it's just comforting to know you will be able to be anywhere, enjoying yourself, and still be able to keep an eye out. One thing about Bright Tech Communications, they can service residential and commercial properties, but their mission is basically to secure our communities. They want everyone to have peace of mind and feel safe and secure in their homes and in their neighborhoods. I definitely love the mission that Bright Tech Communications is doing. And when they gave away a raffle at my event, it was just like the universe was speaking. The recipient of that raffle is actually moving out and has been struggling with the fact that she's moving out for fear of leaving her mother home alone. And now Bright Tech Communication will be setting up full surveillance at her mother's home, and so she's feeling more safe and secure in her decision of having to move out. Isn't that amazing? So that goes beyond just the products and services. It's showing the why and what we do to make our community the type of community we want to see live in and leave for legacy for our children. Let's give it up, right? Okay, so where are we at today? So we're moving on into the deals for our consumer members, another part of the show that I absolutely love. And we're kicking it off with Deals with Bob, offering 15% off of their premium services. Today Smile, offering 50% off whitening. Mona Lisa's Lyrics is offering 15% off event packages. And just from personal testimony of this weekend alone, it will be worth it. Consumer members, get that extra 15% off. Your event will be amazing. Then we have Women Helping Empower Winners, offering free registration and or consultation. Phlebotomy Express Training Centers, offering 10% off. Linked LLC is offering 50% off plus one or free plus three. Tax Divas is offering 10% off or free registration, consultation, or a free gift. Tranquility Christian Counseling is offering 10% off of their events. Bright Tech Communications is offering 10% off. So you can even get a deal still, consumer members, for 10% off and get those security. And we have newly listed Boss Entertainment Group offering 10% off. If you are a business owner and you want to offer deals, discounts, giveaways, and rewards to our consumer members, please visit www.dealswithbob.com and join today. There are multiple packages available, and I'm sure one will suit your needs. Woo! So, consumer members, if you want to be a consumer member, all you need to do is go to www.dealswithbob.com, click on consumer membership, and join today. That annual membership will unlock many deals and discounts for you, so don't delay. Okay. And remember, our business owners, we want you to sign up for one of those annual packages, will allow you to have your consumer membership included. Next, we're going to go into our Stay Connected. Can you get excited? So coming up on March 4th, we have Poetry and All That Melanin. You can go to Eventbrite and register. Cost is $10. Good Measure is offering a website design virtual workshop sponsored by Flagstar Bank. It will start this Saturday, March 5th, and will continue for each Saturday following into, I believe, mid-April. So, for more information and to register today, please go to our Stay Connected page or directly to their website. On March 7th, we have the 12th annual State of Black Business Summit, where Dr. Boyce Watkins will be the keynote speaker. BWR has Women of Power National Summit. It is happening from March 9th to March 13th at the Gaylord National Resort and Convention Center. Then there's going to be an Advanced Money Matters Saturdays, where Money Matters for Youth and Detroit Impact program will be doing an advanced financial literacy program. You can start registering as early as past date, February 15th, but you have still time to register because it does not begin until March 12th. So let us support you and your event by adding them to our Stay Connected page. And you can visit www.dealswithbob.com for more information on these amazing events that we showcase this evening. So it's a lot going on in our communities. Can you get excited? Don't let anyone discourage you and you think there's not. We're doing some phenomenal things. And I'm excited for this moment coming up right now. We're bringing on tonight's guest. And on Get to Know Bob, we thank you for joining. We have Miss Sharon Mcdougall. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm awesome. How are you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful.
I am so glad to have you on tonight. I am going to just tell you a little bit of housekeeping, how we do things here. I like to pass the baton to our guest because this is Get to Know Bob. I want the viewers to connect to you. Therefore, I want you to share what you would like to share with them by introducing, who you are. And you can then go from there, what you like for them to know at the beginning of this show.
Okay, my name is Sharon Mcdougall. I am a loving wife and mother of almost 30 years marriage. July will be my 30th anniversary. Have 2 adult children. Dominique will be 28 in August and Corbin will be 24 in April. So I am regarded as a modern day hidden figure because of my past career working with the Space Shuttle program. My claim to fame that everyone knows me for is suiting up Dr. Mae Jemison, our first woman of color in space. And I was the first Black woman in my department, the only Black woman in my department the whole time. So I made my own history as well as suiting up Dr. Jemison and many, many, many other astronauts.
So that's so awesome. That is really awesome. And so your official title, can you say that for me? I want to make sure I don't mess it up.
Yes. Former Space Shuttle Crew Escape Equipment Department Manager. And before that, I was a crew chief. And before that, I was a suit technician.
Okay. So on your social media profile, it says Aerospace
Physiology Specialist. That was in the Air Force.
In the Air Force. Okay. Physiology.
Yes, I'm an Air Force veteran.
Okay. Awesome. Look at that. True hidden figures. Now, I know you guys know what we mean by when we say hidden figures. If you haven't seen that movie, what rock have you been under? Like, okay, really. I've watched it multiple times, and each time I get a new meaning, a new piece of inspiration. So you definitely have to watch it. So what I wanted to do was kind of look up that word because I said physiologist. And I said, okay, the physicalness, I said, I get that.
Yeah.
And I said, ology is the study of. And I said, well, I wonder what she really studied, So I kind of did a little bit as it pertained to the whole title. And it sounds like you train air crews to be able for their bodies to sustain G-force, extreme G-force.
Yeah, so and to let them see the effects of hypoxia on them. Like if they don't wear their mask or oxygen mask while they're flying, let them see how it would affect them. It could make them make some bad decisions.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Now see, okay, I'm not going to ask you in any way to get personal and date yourself or anything like that.
No, I don't mind.
I am just curious
Mhm.
where your interest came. How'd you like just even get started down that path?
As I always say, my job, I didn't choose my job chose me.
Okay.
Okay, I enlisted in the Air Force right out of high school. But to enlist, you have to take a test similar to like a SAT test, and it has different sections. You score in different sections, and they use your test scores to place you in your career. You don't get to pick what you do, and
Okay.
of course, and whatever they need at the time too. Like the first job they offered me was air traffic controller, but I hadn't graduated high school yet. So the
Mm.
next job that came up was that matched my scores was aerospace physiology specialist, and that's where they
Okay.
placed me. So yeah, I was just fortunate that I got good grades and they placed me in a cool job.
Wow. That's
Mhm,
just, amazing that
mhm,
how that happened. And I'm really excited just for that part of it
mhm,
because I'll be honest, with the exception of seeing, like you said, the on the news with the first person going up in space,
mhm.
if it wasn't for the movie, I don't think I ever would have thought about any of the jobs behind the scene.
Exactly. And I didn't tell my story until after that movie came out. That's what
Mm,
inspired me to tell my story because I assumed everybody knew about me because I'm in
mm,
photos with Dr. Jemison. I'm not
mhm.
hidden. But I
Right.
was I was hidden in plain sight. I was invisible on all the pictures. Nobody ever asked who that other woman is or what is she doing or what is her job. Nothing. It's just like all they saw was the astronaut. And
Right.
that's normal. And I wasn't tripping on it. I just assumed people knew though, like I said, because I was in photos. So after that movie came out, I was angry because I didn't realize that was
Mm,
even a real movie. These were real people. And I worked out there
mhm.
22 years. No
Wow.
mention of any of these ladies the whole time. No plaques, no nothing.
Wow.
So I found out like
Really?
everybody else when the movie came out. For real.
Oh
Nothing.
my
They
goodness.
didn't give them any flowers until after that movie came out.
Are you guys hearing this?
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons why I guess I'm still flabbergasted when I hear about first this, first that,
Mhm.
because we do start assuming a lot of things. And I would have just bet my bottom dollar, that it would have been something, in that community at least that
They
recognized it.
they hid it. If they had something somewhere, they hid it.
Oh
Under it
my,
must have been in a desk drawer somewhere because I found like I said, when I saw that movie, I didn't even realize it was real women until I started reading about it. I'm like, this is for real. And people
wow.
started asking me questions about it because they weren't even thinking about this back in the 60s. I was a little baby. But they just automatically connected because I was somebody they knew that worked at the space program.
Right.
Like, were you there? Did you know them? I'm like, no.
And not only did you not know them, you didn't even know they existed.
Exactly.
That is
Exactly. I'm
just
learning the same time everybody else is learning about it.
wow. And so I know I can understand then your reaction when you said I was angry.
I
I
was.
w-
I
I
was.
was emotional and had points of times with anger too, just thinking back of what that might have been.
Yeah.
Um and then to just kind of still hear, what is it? Injury to insult, or maybe insult to injury. I'm
I
not sure if
understand.
I'm saying it right, but
Yeah.
for their story to come out so late in life
Hmm.
after those major contributions,
Major. I mean,
major contributions.
girl.
I know, right?
And so after I was angry, I got excited because I was like, well, at least they're finally getting their recognition. But
Hmm.
and then I'll go back to anger. I kept going back and forth because think of how many kids they could have inspired if we would have known that these black women were at NASA in the
Right,
60s.
right.
All we saw were white men on TV when it came to NASA.
And that's all I'm right. And that's all I knew.
That's it.
Actually, it's the astronauts. That's all they talked about in school. That's all they showed on the television.
Yep.
So, for the field that you went into, I mean, I know you said your job found you. I just, I never, ever, ever until the movie thought like, wow, yeah, there are other people that do stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear about NASA, you hear about that, but you really don't even think about all of the layers and different things that go on there in
Mhm.
order to get that one flight to happen.
So many hidden figures, so many background people that have to
Mhm.
be there to support that astronaut for that astronaut to do their job. So many other
Wow.
people come into play. There's so many other careers
Wow.
behind them.
Wow.
Yeah. And a
Awesome.
fun fact from the movie, John Glenn was the astronaut that asked for uh, Katherine Johnson. He's like, I want that lady that did the numbers.
Right.
I want her. I want her to do it. I got to suit him
Exactly.
up when he became the oldest astronaut. I got to suit him up as an older
Mm.
gentleman. So it was like a tie to it, like a circle.
So when you say suit up, because that is the jargon for the industry.
Yeah,
So is it exactly what came to mind that you're actually helping them get into the
exactly.
astros? Okay.
Getting them suited and booted.
Okay. Awesome.
I did it in the Air Force as well, which is where I received my training to know the job. So when I arrived with the space shuttle program, I already knew what I was doing.
Okay, awesome,
Mhm.
awesome. So, oh, hey, Natasha. Natasha said, "Hey,
Hey,
try."
Natasha!
She said, "I
That's my
love
boo.
you. I love Shay." And so, yeah, I'm gonna hop right into because there's this part in the show where I always say how I'm connected to my guests. So, since Natasha is on, I'm going to definitely say that's how I'm connected to you and how we first met. When I
Mm-hmm.
talked to Natasha, she was like, I think maybe even more excited than I am right now, if you can imagine that. But she said, "You just don't understand. I'm bringing the true life hidden figure here. You just don't understand."
She is so awesome. Oh my God. I still
Yes,
can't believe she did that.
yeah. So we were well excited for you before you got here because Natasha, how excited she was. She
She is
had the
amazing.
energy for all of us.
Yes.
And I'm gonna tell you, she did not in any way undersell. You are phenomenal and a
Thank
force to be
you.
reckoned with. And I just was like, okay, I'm so glad about this authors thing because of course we had to give you a little bit of background,
Yeah.
everybody, as to where she's come from in order for you to understand why she's an author. And I am going to let her expound on that a little bit because I'm sure it has something to do with this anger that you were going back and forth with. I mean, I'm just
Just a
assuming
little
that
bit. Just a little bit.
just a little bit, and it's more so because, like she said, years of inspiration to our community, to our children across other communities, of the representation of minority,
Yes.
and definitely we're going to claim African American Black people. So there's a little percentage across the board when you're talking about minority, but then it might be even smaller when you're talking about Black minority. But
Mhm.
to have these images, it lets you know, oh, I can do that when you see
Exactly.
it. Oh, it's not crazy that I look up in the stars and I want to know more, and I got this yearning in me about astronomy and stuff, because that might be where it ends. But to say, wait a minute, I actually can go to NASA, that's possible for me. But yes,
Mhm.
because we have Miss Sharon. So yes. So tell us a little bit about then how you did become this amazing author.
Well, when I was with the space program, one of my most favorite things to do, people always think going to the launches was my most favorite thing, but it wasn't. After you see a couple of launches, it's like, okay, yeah, it's another space shuttle launch. you know, my favorite thing was going out into the community and going to the schools, taking one of the suits with me, and talking to the kids about my career and other careers that are at NASA, so they can know that there are many other jobs there besides being an astronaut or rocket scientist. There are so many other
Okay.
support jobs, and I want them to also see a Black person that does it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, and I don't recall having career days at my
Me
school. We
neither.
did so many, external. So to hear you say you took that into, classrooms, when did that
Mhm.
start? Around like,
Almost immediately. I mean, when I was in the Air Force, they would come to our building and we would set it up, and the kids would walk through like a tour
okay.
at the Air when I was in the military. So after that, when I became an employee with Boeing Aerospace Operations first, and then in '98, that was in 1990 when I started.
Okay.
1998, it became United Space Alliance. Same everything, just switch badges. So
Okay.
they were big in the community service, and I loved it. I mean, we did everything from walkathons to helping the needy to working in painting houses and all that. But the best
Awesome.
thing, like I said, was going to talk to the kids. I mean, just to feel their energy, see their faces light
Mhm.
up, because they automatically think you're an astronaut, of course, because that's all they know. And then I have
Right.
the suit line on the table. And I'm explaining to them how the suit works and why they wear it and all of this. And they're like, you have to help them put it on. I'm like, yeah, I'm like their mom.
Right.
Explain
That's
everything to them, help them put it on, tell them how to pack it up when they get to space. And, so I'm speaking to them on their level.
right. Well,
And they are just so excited. They get to put their hand in a glove. And a lot of times it's underserved areas. These kids would never see this stuff. They never
mm,
get to go on a tour at the Space Center like the richer schools.
right. I
So
know.
I take it,
I
so I took it
understand.
out to the community.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. And I could see them get excited. It made me in that moment go back to even in my industry, where kids are always afraid of, getting needles, getting blood
Yeah.
drawn. And but then when I showed them the other side, they were excited about, oh, that's what you look through and that's what you do this.
Exactly.
So I can just imagine on that level thinking about space and like, oh,
Yeah.
what did you do? Oh, we have a Selena. Am I saying it like?
Oh
Joined us
yeah.
today. Hi, thanks for joining.
She's awesome. She tunes into most of my talks. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support, Selena.
Oh,
More
that's
than you know.
awesome. Thank you for joining. Don't let this be the last time, Selena. And since you're here, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notifications button. We want to
And
get
it's Selena Sunshine.
Selena Sunshine. Okay, awesome. I love it. So, I really want to know. Then I feel that you took what your knowledge was, you took what you love most best about what you did as far as introducing what you do to children.
Yeah.
And so at what point then did you actually become an author?
Before that, after I used to go out and read to kids as well, but it would
Okay.
be just different books. I dress in costume, and I love reading to
Wow.
kids, and I love getting in costume. So the two favorite things together, right there. I love a
Well,
pen.
can I put a P in there right now? I don't want to let you lose your
Yes,
train of thought, but
put a pen in that
yes,
one.
she does. Because when they had that girl featuring Miss Diana Ross, I'm telling you, you had to do a second look to see who was who and who really was out glamming the who. Because I'm telling you, it was phenomenal. And it wasn't just one look. See, that's why I'm saying maybe I would have participated if you just did the one look. But then you did multiple different looks. I said, no, I'm
Girl,
just
when
it.
that girl Natasha asked, I said, I got to come hard.
Yes, you
I
did.
got to come hard.
Oh, you came hard.
And it's like I have been waiting on that like my whole life because I love Diana Ross and to get to play dress up and take some beautiful photos. Girl,
That was awesome.
what?
That was awesome.
Bucket list?
Okay, so we're going back. We're gonna digress because Miss Diana
Right.
is amazing. So we're gonna digress. But okay, so in your steps towards your book.
Oh, well, one of my favorite volunteer opportunities, as I mentioned in the Air Force, going out to talk to the kids. So after the Air Force and after space work, I had time to volunteer more, and do things that I want to do. So I joined up with a group, Canberra Foundation, and one of the things that they did was read to the kids called Dream Builders. And so I joined up with them, and I would go to the daycares. So the little babies, oh my God, I get all on the floor with them. God, I have so much fun. They just give me life. It's like, it's kind of selfish when you volunteer because it just makes your heart feel so good and you feel so wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
To feel like you're getting more out of it than the people that you're volunteering with. So I'll
Well,
be there
that's
like,
a
I'm a
true
little
heart to
selfish.
volunteer.
Yeah, it's a give and take. So anyway, I go out and read to the babies. And boy, I tell you, when I have a ball, and like I say, to see their little faces light up and them wanting to point at the book and touch the pictures and raising their hand and you just feel like, I know it's cliche, but if you just touch that one, and that's how you feel when I go out and take the suit. If I get that one kid, pique their interest enough of them to want to be in a STEM career or just do something different that they may not have ever even thought of, then I'm good.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
to just share that joy with the babies, hopefully they'll be interested in reading more, because sometimes their parents may not read to them that much at home. So they'll have an adult that look like them reading to them and making it fun and exciting. Because I'm just hyped when I'm reading to them.
No, not at all.
And then just being in a costume, they're already hyped when you walk in. They like love it on you before you even read.
Right.
I just wanted to let them just have that moment, that 15 or 20 minutes of just joy, with a black woman, a black adult. Because like I said, a lot of times they don't They're not getting that at home. They said this their teachers at school and that's it. And then
Love it.
we'll do a little activity that'll go along with the book, so you can still get them some motor skills and think some more, not just read and be like bye. So I
Yeah,
really love that
I'm going to
group.
let you know that you're the reader with the mostest.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure other readers that volunteer, I know going through all those layers.
Yes. Oh, I love it. You can tell. I mean, I get so excited about reading to the kids. So I've been doing a lot of virtual reading, of course. But anyway, that's what kind of prompted me. And like I said, when I got to the community, when I was with the Air Force, and then I was doing the community service with the space program,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the same questions. So the book is pretty much, it took me an hour. I wrote it out in pencil on paper. I didn't even type it on the computer. Thank you. Suit up for like that, my baby. So it didn't take long to write it, but the hard thing was getting it illustrated. I went through 3 illustrators.
I was just about to ask you
Ah,
about the amazing illustration that I see here.
Christy L.
So,
Pimenta. I mean, she did that. She
and
did.
what inspired this beautiful little girl?
I told her that I wanted her to be, of course, African American, little black baby, and I wanted her to be between like 5 and 7ish, in that age range.
Okay.
And I didn't want her to look like how some of the cartoons are like real people. I wanted her to look like a little cartoon. I didn't want it to be a real person face. What I'm saying? How some
I
drawings look real, they look real, and I didn't want that.
Right. And she's so adorable. I really
And girl, that's what I
connected
say every
to
time I see
that.
her. She is so cute. Just so
Yeah. It's
So
so
she did an
beautiful.
amazing job.
She did.
Yeah.
And I could tell it's amazing just because it captured exactly what you were looking for.
Yes. And more. I mean, she even took it up better than I wanted, even.
Oh, awesome.
And I want to thank
awesome.
Natasha. I hope she's still on. Natasha, when she brought me out for the event,
Mm-hmm.
the last day there, we were actually at the breakfast before we went to the airport, the brunch. And she said, "So what are some of your dreams? What did you what I think she said top 3 or something like that."
Mm-hmm.
But however she said, anyway, I said, write a children's book for sure. And I don't even remember what else I told her, but I know I said that. That was the first one to come out of my mouth because I've always wanted to. But you know how you just keep putting stuff off? I thought about it while I was still with the space program, but then I thought it might be too much red tape. They'll limit to what I can say and how I can, So I put it on the back burner, and you know how it went to the wayside. I didn't think about it for a long time. But when she asked me that, I'm like, write a children's book, blah, 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 blah. This woman.
What'd she do?
Her company, I always tell her company, Make Your Dreams Come True. She got the perfect name.
Okay.
Because if she didn't point me in the right direction, if she contacted one of her ladies that she knew, Annette, who is an author, has Mrs. Annie's books. Y'all check her out. She has like 14 books, and they're amazing. I bought some before I even wrote mine. Anyway, she connected me with Annette to be my mentor. So she told me, about Fiverr, and told me I would bounce ideas off of her. Like I said, it didn't take long to write it because it's the same thing I said all the time when I went out to the schools.
Right.
It was just nice to have somebody that was a professional, a veteran in being an author to bounce stuff off of and ask questions. Somebody I can trust because Natasha connected me with her, so I knew I could trust her.
Right.
And so she was amazing. And I thank Annette. Thank you, Annette. Thank you. And thank you, Natasha, for not finding, you already knew her, but introducing me to Annette. Connecting. Thank you. Connecting me to Annette.
And that's a perfect testimony of unity in action.
Yes.
When we actually unify and we support and share our intellectual property with one another, look at what can come from it. Look at what can come from it. And that's really what we're here to do.
Yes.
Oh, I absolutely love that. Love that.
And Natasha that's what she does. That's what she does.
Yeah.
Not with just me. She's done it with many people.
Yes. I know we're kind of like where I tell people when I talk about there's no competition.
Exactly.
Natasha and I are extremely similar to what we do, but then our approach is very different. So therefore, that's why I say there's billions of people in the world, and everybody, those billion people are not going to vibe with me. So therefore, we need people to be doing the same thing. But again, like I said in the beginning, we're all unique fingerprints. So my approach is very different than Natasha's approach, but we're still making impact to our communities. Look at that.
Exactly.
Look at that.
Exactly.
And we're encouraging unity and action and giving those connections and collaborations. So I'm just overjoyed. I didn't know the whole story at all about how the book came about. I'm gonna put it out really quickly because I want to make sure people know
Yes, y'all can
how
go
to
get it on
get a
Amazon.
copy.
It's on
Sissy
Amazon.
already knew what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Go get your copy on Amazon. Yes. And
But
then
if you want to order it from me, because you may want it to be autographed, contact me. I'm on all the social media platforms. Contact me. And if some of you guys have my number, so And my
awesome.
website is almost done. It's in work. Thank you, Natasha.
Okay. So while we're here, we're going to put the pin in. Yes, let people know how they can connect to you.
Yes. I have Instagram, my own Instagram. My personal one is at the real Shay Mac. That's TATREALSHAY, like Shay, MAC. The real Shay Mac, at the real Shay Mac. Then I have my Suit Up for Lunch with Shay Instagram as well, and a Facebook page for Suit Up for Lunch with Shay. And of course, Sharon Caples McDougal Modern Day Hidden Figure Facebook page. And of Twitter, I don't do much on Twitter, but I have it. TikTok, I just recently got a TikTok account. I might have
I
two or
gotta
three
get
things
one
out there.
too.
Yeah, I don't do much I'm mainly on Facebook and Instagram.
Me too,
And
but
yeah.
they told me you gotta add TikTok. And so I said, well, I'll add TikTok if you'll let me be me.
Oh yeah,
And
TikTok.
and when
Yeah,
I
TikTok.
say when I say that, I mean this is me being me, but this is still like sort of a professional side,
Yeah.
of me. I want like TikTok to kind of be more so like y'all still want to be last. Ooh, I'm having that kind of conversation. Y'all still want to be in last place, or do
There
y'all
you
ready
go.
to make this move? That's
That's
kind
it.
of what my TikTok is
You
going to be
can.
with
TikTok is
me
everything.
really sharing some of my frustrations that I have
Mm-hmm.
with the work that I do. And it's really, I'm gonna say it, it's really us not believing just how amazing we are.
I've never had that problem.
That's why you're where you're at, though.
Girl, I always act like I own the place. I didn't own nothing, but
So
I act like I did.
no, but that's why you're where you're at. Now I'm going to share something that came in that I was telling Miss Sharon when we were in the studio waiting to begin. Is that someone made a comment saying that she looked like my mom. And
We
so
family.
I said, okay, I can see it definitely. And so, Mom, she's on. She said, "Good
Hey,
evening,
mom.
and thank
Hey.
God for mentors."
Yeah. Yes.
So, as I was looking at your personal social media, so I'm glad you put it out there, so now I
Mm-hmm.
can tell this story.
Yeah.
You're a red hatter,
Yes, I
and
love girl
so is my
join.
mom,
Girl. What's your mom name?
Barbara. Barbara Biggs.
Miss Barbara. Girl, tell her how much fun my chapter is amazing. We have so much fun, girl.
I
There
said they
are
could.
some chapters that are like low key, they quilt and then they're chilled out. But our chapter, we be on the move. I love red hatters. They're my girl.
Well, I know my mom seems to have fun with her chapter too,
Yes.
but one thing she will say is that they eat too much. So they love going out and eating.
Well, we usually meet at a community center. I mean, we'll have like on Thanksgiving might be the biggest meal we do, because everybody they bring out like food for that. But most time it's not heavy stuff. It's like knickknacks. But you
Okay.
push away from that table, Miss Barbara. You ain't gotta eat because they eating.
Well, she like, well, why not be sociable? She
Yeah,
said, oh,
we will do everything, girl.
she said,
Museums.
oh yes, Red Hatter's fun.
Yes,
Okay.
Red Hat Society all day. Divas with attitude. That's my chapter.
Okay.
Yes, girl.
And so y'all can connect later because then
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
sure like because where are you from?
I'm,
You're not in Michigan. I'm like make sure I let people know
oh
that.
yeah, I'm in the Houston, Texas area, but I'm from
Okay.
Moss Point, Mississippi.
Oh, so that is the little southernness that I hear.
There you
Okay.
go, all day. Moss
Now
Point
so
High School class of '82. Y'all can add it up, and you'll get my age.
now have you heard of Hot Coffee Mississippi?
It's so many small towns. I don't think it's even a big place. Everything's a small
It's
town.
not, because that's
I
where
have my dirty hot coffee.
my family is more like Shady Oaks, but most people have heard of hot coffee. If I say that, that's where we're from. Where my grandmother, who turned 105 on
Wait a minute.
Sunday.
Yo, people from Mississippi?
Uh-huh.
I told you we related somehow. In that mix, I'm telling you.
You think so?
Mama, cousin, daddy, mama, somebody.
You might be right. You might be right. And so, yes, my grandmother was one of 19, and she's the still living. She's 105. She turned 105 on Sunday.
Amazing.
So yes, from Mississippi. So
Mississippi, put out some good people.
They do.
I'm number 9 of 12.
I'm sorry.
I said I'm number 9 of 12.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have some big families around that generation too. They kind of, trickled out along the generation.
Yeah. It definitely ended with me. I was like,
so Mom, when you go to Texas in those areas, maybe you can connect with some red hatters. Maybe it'll go, coincide with that. So, okay, so I want people to know what keeps you encouraged. I'm just curious, just kind of how you felt in I don't want to misquote, but was it a male dominated work environment and all of these different things? So how did you just keep encouraged to go even during that time and today?
Like I mentioned earlier, I walked in a place like I owned it. Even at 18, straight out of Moss Point, Mississippi, I just had that kind of go get 'em attitude. And so I was always one of the guys. They didn't even though I may have been 90 pounds wet when I first got there. But my attitude and my personality, without being too cocky, but just a little cocky, that's enough where it didn't piss people off.
Right.
I knew I was smart. I knew I was smart and sharp. So I like I said, I didn't have any problem with thinking, oh, I'm not good enough or whatever, because I knew I was sharp. And I got showed a couple times that I was going to just take it and run. And that's pretty much how it happened. You have somebody train you. And like I always say, everybody's trainable. Because when I went in the Air Force, I didn't know nothing. I had never heard of aerospace physiology or knew nothing about a pressure suit or an altitude chamber. You can get trained. So don't limit people just because they don't have a degree. I don't have a college degree, but I made it all the way to the top of my career field at NASA. So don't let that limit you just because you think you're less than. It's great. I went in the Air Force to go to college so they could pay for my school. But they gave me such a great job while I was traveling every 2 months to another country. Till I kept saying, I'll go next semester, and I never went.
Share about that. I didn't even know about that part. So why? Okay, you were traveling to these different countries, and it was for the Air Force?
Yeah, supporting the pilots and the aircraft. The SR-71 and the U-2 reconnaissance aircraft, they were the spy planes. So wherever they went to fly, we would have to rotate. And they had 4 or 5 detachments where they would go and fly out of. So I was stationed in California. So that was my home base. I come back there 2 months. You rotate and go out to another detachment for 2 months. You come back home for 2 months just to keep your affairs in order, pretty much is what it was. 2 months. And so every 2 months. So for 7.4 years, I was in California 3.7 of those years because half the time I was gone. I was gone. And I was a young lady, like I said, 18 years old. Right after school, they trained me within the first year. My first year, I was in Japan.
That must have been exciting.
It was amazing.
And with your attitude, I was going to say probably no fear. You weren't like, oh, I'm away from home. Oh, I'm in another country.
None. I wanted to get away from home. As a child, I wanted to get away from home. I don't know how much in my story but I lost both my parents at a very young age. Oh, no. So my childhood wasn't ideal. Okay. So I had some hard times, and so all I looked forward to was leaving. I was ready to go. So as soon as I turned 18, I enlisted in the Air Force on my 18th birthday. Which I heard you were celebrating your birthday. Mine was February 23rd.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Happy belated birthday. That's that birthday month. See, we're connecting on so many levels.
Right? I told you we got all kind of degrees of separation.
Exactly, exactly. My mom said, "I love your attitude." Awesome.
Thank you.
And great evening to you too, Nikki. Oh my goodness, yes. Well, first and foremost, we definitely are going to have you back. There's
Oh,
one question I definitely want to ask about the book because this
yes.
is our authors month. And in case, well, not authors month, our literacy year. So in case you have not seen previous shows, we're in 2021. I was asking what the direction of the show was going to be for 2022. And I was told we had to focus on literacy, not just, literacy as, needing to read. If you can't read, make sure you get the support you can. But for people who are authors, people who have a story to share,
Yeah.
like you, getting connected to the resources,
Yes.
if you need a ghostwriter, people need those resources, publishing, self-publishing, just getting them connected to everybody to give them the resource so that we can kill, destroy, eliminate, and never say, if you want to keep something for a Black person, put it in a book.
Okay.
Because
I hear that
books
all the
are
time, and I
going
get
to
scared.
be the main thing that we are like gravitating towards, that we just overtake. And so that's why when I saw your book, I said, okay, not only does she have an amazing story to share, but she definitely has to share her book. So tell us, yes, just don't give it all away, but just,
Okay.
you know, what inspired, what pieces in it, kind of, just that you want to share without sharing too much.
I'll read what's on the back. That way, it's something that people see all the time if they pick up the book. So I won't be
Okay.
giving too much away. Okay. Suit up for launch with Shay. Why do astronauts wear the suit? Why is it orange? What is it made of? How long does it take to put it on? How do you go to the bathroom in it? Come along with Shay to get the answers to these questions and more as she learns about the orange spacesuit astronauts wear as you prepare to suit up for your adventure. Let's get ready to suit up for launch with Shay in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I
Blast
love it.
off!
I love it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I want an autograph copy.
Of
So in order
course.
to get the autograph copy, I have to go to where?
Go to my social media page right now because my website is still being set up where you can, order on there. But I think
Okay.
right now, if you click on it, it'll send me an email. But it'll be
Okay.
easier. Just go to my social media
Social
and hit me
media.
up in Messenger. And the
Okay.
total with tax, the book is 15, with tax is 16.24, and shipping is 3.19. So
Awesome.
it's almost $20 when you add it all up.
Okay.
Of course, I think
Gotcha.
Cash App, PayPal,
She said Cash App, PayPal,
and they're all in my
Venmo,
name. Sharon
EBT.
McDougal. Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm singing it right. I just hear it all the time. We take Cash App, PayPal, Venmo.
Sound good to me?
Whatever you have, she
Yes.
will take.
Contact me, and I will autograph it. I won't even charge you to autograph it.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
And I do virtual readings. So classrooms, hit me up.
Okay.
Daycares, church youth groups. A mom at home can put together kids in the neighborhood and bring them inside and put them on Zoom or send a link to them and let's have
Now,
a good
when you
meal.
do virtual
And
readings,
then I'll
are
talk
you
a little bit more
also,
about my career instead of after I read the book. I'll talk a
that's what
little
I was
more.
going to ask. I
Yeah.
was going to ask, do you, after you do your virtual readings, then are you engaging with the students and then,
Yeah.
do they ask more questions and then you're answering those? And
Yep.
oh,
I
that's awesome.
prefer in person because you can see it. On Zoom, you can't really tell. A lot of times you don't even see the kids, so you don't know how
Right.
they're taking it, if they are excited or.
Yeah, and and it's something about being in person with that energy that you spoke of
Yes.
before.
Yes.
It's definitely as you know, energy is not lost or go, it just transfers, and so
Exactly.
kids that are engaged give off the best energy. So I
Yeah.
definitely understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, without spilling too much tea, I do love tea time.
Yes.
And I'm sure you do have some tea to spill because you said Natasha asked about 3 things, so I'm sure you have a few things going in or ideas. So without spilling too much, can you share a little tea?
I wanted to also write my own, like my life, about my life, not just a children's book. So I wrote a chapter, which Natasha connected me to Dr. Missy Johnson.
Okay, yes.
And she has Fearless Women Rock Volume 3 out.
Yes.
And I have a chapter in that book.
Awesome.
And I forgot the title of my own chapter. Does God Love Me is my title.
Okay.
Because of my childhood and what I went through.
Mm.
So it is. So y'all have to get that. But it's 12 stories. 12 women wrote a chapter for the book. And it's a beautiful cover. I thought I had one right here, but I don't. But
now, are you in the edition with Crystal? Or are you in the edition?
Dunn?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, that's the latest volume 3.
Okay. And okay.
And you can contact me for that book as well if you want to purchase it, an autographed copy. Because when you buy it on Amazon, I get nothing.
I understand. I understand. That's why I was asking how they can get it directly from you.
Yeah, directly from me is better. Yeah.
Yes.
Like I said, I have my website that's out there that Natasha's hooking up for me. She's updating it and making it prettier and more user friendly.
And it makes a difference.
It really does.
I always say that having a website to represent not only your brand, but the essence of who you are truly makes a difference because people can connect to that spirit. You'd be surprised. Seriously. People can connect to that spirit just when they go to the website. They can feel like you because you have given like your thumbprint, your signature of how you want it to feel. And so I can't wait. I can't wait to actually see it.
No, it's up. She just tightening up, fine tuning some stuff.
Oh, okay.
You can go to the website. It's in my name, Sharon Mcdougall, Modern Day Hidden Figure.
Okay.
Y'all check out the website. Like I said, it just needs having a little few tweaks done to it, but it's up. It's up and running.
Okay, y'all check out the website.
You made it look so pretty.
And make sure you guys share this segment.
Please.
So one thing, even though you're this amazing author, I want to know what is currently on your nightstand or that you've recently read or would highly recommend reading.
Oh, I'm about to give you the wrong answer to the because it's a space themed book, and my son ain't even here to bring me the book, so I can tell you the exact title. But it's good. It's about it's kind of like Hidden Figures, but it's not Hidden Figures. It's about different African Americans that worked in the space program and how hard it was working up to where they did get to. Oh, I can't remember the name of the book. And I met the author when I was in DC. I met him, which is how I got the book, girl.
Well, what we're gonna do?
Camera. But I can't think of the name of the book. Oh.
Well, we're going to make sure that we tag it when we do the repost on social media.
Please. Look, I'm trying to see if my Corbin could bring me the book. But it's literally on my nightstand. I only have a couple of, I want to say probably 10 pages left in it.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. It's good.
Awesome.
It's very educational. And something along for reading also, Sonia. We always talk about reading, but we need to make sure we're comprehending and that the babies are comprehending. Ask them questions after you read it. And, let them bounce it back to you to make sure that they understood. I don't have time to do that in my little readings I do. But when I'm face to face with them, I'll ask to see if they understood it. Did they comprehend it? Because you can read and have fun, but they need to understand.
Right.
You can read eloquently all day, but did you understand what you read?
Exactly.
A lot of times I go look up words. I'm reading. I'm like, what does that mean?
Exactly. You might have to do that.
Yeah, we got to comprehend.
And I'm glad you said that because I always say, back in the day when I watched Schoolhouse Rock, I had an amazing guy correct me because from Schoolhouse Rock, it always says, because knowledge is power, And then he was like, oh, let me just correct that a little bit. The application of knowledge is power. And so and if you now here's your part. If you don't comprehend what you've read, then you can apply any of that knowledge. So it kind of went full circle, huh? Now I can add on my share.
Put that in the comments. You need to put that in there. Yeah. But for real. And like I said, especially with children's books, we get so caught up in the having fun and letting them be excited about the reading but do they know what you just read to them?
Exactly, exactly. Well, so if you can believe it, we're at the end of our hour,
Oh,
and that's why we have to have you back.
yeah, for sure. I enjoyed it. So nice chatting with you,
You
Sonia.
as well. Now, before we leave, is there anything you would like to share that I might not have asked?
Oh, I told you how wonderful my husband Ronald is. Hey, babe. Hey, mama.
I love that.
30 years, girl. 30 years on the 4th of July. I love that man. It don't even
Oh,
look like it's been 30 years. I just can't believe it. It
wow. Now, y'all, that's love. See,
it,
I'm gonna have to connect just to have you as a mentor couple.
girl. I was just so fortunate and blessed. Hometown, Moss Point, Mississippi. We graduated the same year.
Mm,
Lived on the same block, all of that. Just didn't date in school though. We met each other as adults when we were both at home visiting.
okay. So this
And
is one of those lifetime movies. Have you
yeah,
thought
for
about
real.
it?
For
I'm
real.
serious. Have you thought
And
about it?
girl,
Because
hey, look at
I've
Lifetime. We all
seen
at
you
Lifetime.
and you are very camera friendly. So
Thank
I don't
you.
see why you couldn't have a lifetime movie
You
about
better
it.
quit telling the truth, Sonya.
I know, right? And I could play younger version
You
you.
definitely could be my kinfolk. Girl, you too cute. Looking like Diana Ross for real. That's why I said you should have did it.
Thank
Because you
you.
really do look like her. Oh, well, you look cuter even. Mm-hmm.
Oh well, thank
Yes,
you.
girl, yes.
So we go speak that in the universe, y'all. And we about to go
Please.
and take these what do you get for the TV things? Academy Awards or something.
Yes.
So we go
With an Emmy for the TV.
an Emmy. You gonna get us an Emmy on
I'll
Lifetime.
take whatever. Just give me that paycheck.
Right. First give us the paycheck, then we'll take
Yeah.
the
Yeah, yeah. Then we talk about the NAACP Image Awards and all that.
exactly. So, guys, it's been a great conversation. I want you guys to make sure you mark your calendars as we continue National Women's Month and give a shout out to our hidden no more. I see that on your t-shirt. She's hidden no more, Miss Sharon Mcdougall. And next week we will be having Miss Sharon Jones on for Urban Unity. If you haven't already done so, please, please, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want to make sure that this reaches all platforms so people know what
Yes.
our businesses are doing across the globe. So make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you know about any upcoming shows when we go live, and make sure you share, share, share. So as always, yes. I am Sonia Weaver, and I encourage you to spend with purpose because your dollar matters and deal with Bob. Have an amazing night.